The sun rose over the humming city, casting long shadows across a sprawling construction site on the edge of downtown. A subway extension project had been underway for months, its progress marked by steel frameworks, dust clouds, and the constant rumble of machines burrowing into the earth. Beneath layers of modern ambition, something ancient waited. Foreman Lucas Reed sipped his coffee, watching a massive drilling rig power into the earth. He didn't notice the way the drill suddenly strained, coughing sparks before striking something dense below. It wasn't rock, at least not any kind of rock they'd encountered. The drill shuddered to a stop. A tense silence followed. "Shut it." "Down!" Lucas shouted, already climbing down to inspect the borehole. The workers gathered as a thick, yellowish substance oozed out from the cracked earth, harbor-like and strangely warm. City officials arrived within hours, along with Dr. Elise Grant, a paleontologist whose days of fieldwork had long been replaced by conference rooms and museum displays. But one look at the exposed bone's massive, intricate, disturbingly intact hand, she was back in the dirt with a trowel in hand. "This can't be," Elise murmured. The skeleton was not fossilized. The bones were white, almost fresh, cased. In a shell of hardened resin, a creature from another era had been entombed like a sleeping curse. Work halted. Media circled like vultures. The city demanded answers, but Elise had none. She called in a few trusted colleagues, including biologist Raymond Cho and geochemist Lena Maris. They ran tests day and night. Results defied logic. The amber-like substance showed a biochemical signature, organic preservation beyond anything known. One night, as a storm battered the city, an aftershock rocked the site. Deep below, the cavern holding the ancient predator cracked open further. Amber split. Something stirred. A worker named Javi, alone on a night shift, disappeared. His radio squawked into silence. His flashlight found the next day shattered and bloodied. Officials blamed a cave-in. Elise wasn't so sure. She found prints deep, clawed impressions in the mud. Fresh then came the power outages. Something moved in the tunnels beneath the city. Subway trains screeched to halts. Rats fled. En masse. And still no one listened, until it appeared at 2:14 a.m. Surveillance footage caught the silhouette, tall, muscular, reptilian. It stalked through the unfinished tunnels, eyes reflecting the glow of maintenance lights. The city went into quiet. Panic. Elise confronted the mayor. "This isn't a hoax. It's not a mutant. It's a dinosaur." Laughter followed, but not for long. By dawn, 3 more workers were missing. Screams echoed from a service shaft. Emergency responders arrived to find blood, broken gear, and nothing else. Teams were deployed, guns drawn, drones sent in. One drone caught a glimpse before its feed cut out, teeth, talons, and intelligence in its gaze. This was no mindless. Beast. Elise and her team descended into the tunnels, not with weapons, but with scanners, tranquilizers, in a mad hope of learning from the creature. They followed the signs, scratches in concrete, partially devoured prey. A nest forming in a ventilation chamber. They found it. The theropod, nearly 20 feet long, snarled. Cornered but alert, its eyes locked onto Elise. She didn't move. Neither. Did it for a moment? Time held still? Raymond whispered, "It's thinking." They attempted to sedate it. The dart struck, and for a heartbeat they believed it worked. But then it roared, smashing walls with tail and limb, escaping deeper into the earth. The mayor ordered the tunnels sealed. Explosives were rigged. Elise begged them to reconsider. "This is the discovery of the millennium," she cried, but fear won out. The charges were set. In those final moments, Elise snuck back in. She found the creature again, wounded, tired. Hiding it let her approach. She placed a tracker on its hide, whispered an apology, and fled. The tunnel collapsed behind her. The city moved on. The incident buried in bureaucracy and classified reports. But Elise watched the tracker signal, blinking slowly as it moved beneath the city. Toward the forests at its edge. The creature had survived, and it was not alone. Rain fell steadily over the northern forests as Elise sat in her cabin, staring. At the blinking dot on her laptop screen, the tracker still pulsed a steady heartbeat buried beneath foliage, hills, and time. It had been 3 weeks since the tunnel collapse. The city had resumed its noise and bustle, unaware that something prehistoric now breathed in the shadows. Beyond its border, the signal stopped moving. Elise packed her gear. She didn't go alone. Raymond came, haunted and curious, unable to shake the image of the dinosaur's eyes. Lena joined too, driven by questions no lab could answer. They entered the woods cautiously, following the signal through mist and silence. The forest felt ancient, like a place out of time. They found signs quickly, claw marks on bark, bones stripped clean, strange nests made of branches and mud, but also ... patterns. The nests were arranged in a ring, not random, deliberate. Elise knelt beside one. It's trying to make a territory. A low growl vibrated through the ground. The theropod emerged, slower now, injured, but regal. Behind it, a second shape stepped out. Smaller, younger. Raymond gasped. It reproduced. No, Elise whispered. That's not possible. Not. So fast. Then she saw its scars on the young one that matched tools, incisions, sutures. Someone had found it. For they weren't the only ones following the signal. A black chopper cut through the clouds above. Soldiers rappelled down. A corporate logo glimmered on their uniforms. Genaxis Biotech. They knew, Lena said. They've been tracking it too. A voice barked orders. Secure the specimen. Neutralize threats. Chaos erupted. The dinosaur lunged, protecting. Its young darts flew. Guns roared. Elise and her team ducked, screaming. The creature crashed through the lines, taking down men with tooth and claw. Its child followed, panicked but fast. Blood and leaves stained the forest. In the confusion, Elise grabbed a sedative kit. She darted the lead dinosaur against full doses this time, stumbled, hissed, and finally collapsed with a shuddering. Grown Genaxis moved in. Elise stood between them and the creature. You can't take it. This isn't your call there, Commander snapped. This is corporate property now. Raymond stepped forward. You're not studying it. You're weaponizing it. A shot rang out. Not at them above. The younger dinosaur had climbed a tree. It leaped down, jaws snapping, tearing through Kevlar and flesh. In the chaos, Elise and her team dragged the sedated adult toward the river. With makeshift ropes, they didn't get far. The younger one cornered them. Breathing hard, eyes wild, it looked at Elise, at the syringe in her hand. Recognition flickered. Elise dropped the syringe. We're not here to hurt you. It backed off. Behind them, more choppers approached. Lena found a hidden cave along. The riverbank, one deep enough to shield them for now. They hid, listening to engines fade. That night, the older dinosaur woke. It limped to its offspring and nudged it gently. Elise watched them in silence. Not monsters, not beasts. Survivors. In the following days, Elise documented everything: movements, behaviors, vocal patterns. The two creatures communicated. Mourned the dead. They played. She sent footage to trusted contacts around the world. The world responded, quietly at first. But murmurs grew, an anonymous leak, blurry video. A whistleblower at Genaxis then. A viral clip, the younger dinosaur helping Elise gather food, mimicking her actions. Public opinion turned. Not against the dinosaurs, against the corporations that tried to bury them. Protests erupted. Demands. For protection zones. Scientific sanctuaries. By winter, the government caved. The forest was declared a no-go zone, monitored but untouched. Elise stayed. So did Raymond and Lena. They built a station nearby, not to cage the creatures, but to coexist. Years passed. The theropods remained hidden but observed. Eventually, new signals emerged. 2 more trackers. Possibly more survivors from the preserve chamber under the city. Elise stood beneath the trees one spring morning. Watching the younger dinosaur, now grown, drink from the river. We tore open the earth, she whispered, and the past walked out. She smiled. And maybe, just maybe, it forgave us.